Dave, those 3 sentences on the web is the only 3 things you've heard, but from different people since you've been in London.
Mm-hmm. As we say, Dave will be looking in every shadow, everywhere, suspicious of everyone. Especially Gabriel. Got to be a Camarilla plant.
Well, he leaves the room, at least. And you're stuck in here with the hollow sounds of Josh's mumbling and clicking from the other side of the room. It's not very furnished in here, so there is a bit of an echo. But you're pretty much left to your own devices for now. I saw, Luke, you're approaching Josh. Did you want to have a conversation with him?
I did actually, because I need to talk to him about the technology and ways to communicate, because I need to get in touch with my my tech mistress.
Yeah. Well, she's on a plane here because she can travel by plane.
Right. So, but given his particular proclivities with technology, he needs kind of. I don't know what the situation would be with having her in here. I don't know whether people like her are allowed in, so to speak, in this place, or where she would be welcome. It seems like it's pretty locked down technology-wise, so that's fine. He doesn't need her to be here, but he does need a way to reach her. So, yeah.
Well, as you approach Josh, he switches around in his chair or flings himself around, taking just an extra circle around before he stops himself. And
hey, nice hat. Yeah, I like the fedora.
With his wicked grin. And he salutes you as well.
Yeah.
And say, "Yeah, hi, I'm Josh. Hey guys, come down here. I'll give you some tech pointers."
I'm Luke. I see you got a lot. Looks like you got a lot going on here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I'm the detective, you see, guy who finds everything and everyone. I'm the smartest one here. Just know that.
I'm sure you are. Yeah. Looks like you got what? What are these, like traffic cameras? You got traffic cameras here, and then you got like a. Is this a Twitch stream or something?
Yeah. I like him. He's kind of funny.
Yeah. There's no cameras on these things, are there?
No. It's that kind of a tech deal is I can do it, and then Nosferatu can do it, and everyone else is just like, don't do it unless you're approved.
Yeah. I'm not great in front of cameras. I'm just saying. It's not a thing I tend to feel comfortable doing. Like I'm just a little shy. I'm good. Yeah. I like to stay away from the camera.
The child of shadow.
Yeah,
Is admitting to his bane. Interesting. And then he looks back with a more normal look on his face. Is anyone else going down? I see some people are. As soon as he see you, Dave, he says, "That's fucking Dave. That's Dave right there. I heard you, man. Felt you coming into the city."
Yeah.
You into Star Wars as well? That's why you heard me?
Oh no, I like Star Wars. Yeah, no, that's fine.
You guys know each other?
I lived in London for a while.
We're best friends. Part of the same group of higher intellectuals, people who can think on the next level.
I used to go into lots of different meetings, meet lots of different people, different places, and so.
Oh, I've never met him before.
Oh, okay. Josh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, you were humming.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the tune. The other two are a bit cranky, but you get used to them.
Wait,
Do
wait,
they
wait,
not
wait,
like
wait,
to
wait.
hum?
Humming.
Hmm.
What do you mean humming?
Sorry, I thought it was it. Sorry,
Humming.
apologies. I thought it was pointing to Emery, and I didn't work out who, where, that sort of thing. It's all kind of new.
Okay.
No, it's oh, you're young. You've never tapped into the Nexus?
Not deliberately. You know when you sort of like trying to find your radio packs in the car, and you've got to try and find a station, and every now and then you get a little bit of something. It's kind of like that. You don't get to choose; you just get a blare of something, and then someone humming the Imperial March.
Oh, right. I'm just. It was quiet for a long time, but I didn't know that you hadn't. You know.
No.
You know, it died in like 2008, I think. But for some reason, in I think 13, it came back, but only here in London.
I've not really been in London. Well, not like this.
Well, it's a special kind of experience, friend.
You turn to Emery. I thought you heard it.
I told you what I heard. It was the sound of my footsteps walking into the sewer, going back to where I came from.
Right. Sorry. I have my AirPods in. It's a bit difficult. Don't worry. Sorry.
I'll try to speak up next time, but I probably won't.
I'll do my best. It's probably my fault. Sorry.
Why is the sewer rat looking like that? Another mystery, perhaps. He looks dead on at you, Emery. And the rest of you, well, she does not look like a sewer rat, so bit confusing.
I prefer
Maybe
to
that's-
stay with the street and something similar. The pigeons are normally with me.
You get along well with the pigeons?
I don't have a choice.
They get along well with you then?
I suppose so. I have a lot of friends that are well equipped with running the streets and what have you, and so where there's food, there's pigeons.
That's fair. Yeah. Big city, lots of pigeons.
Oh, plenty in London. The Nosferatu
Yeah.
control all of them. It's like their own little army.
They
At least
control all the
that's-
pigeons.
Yeah, that's what the pigeon says.
No one ever suspects the pigeons, and those that do are called out as being, well, in need of something.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend. Her name's Alicia, and she told me at one point. I didn't quite understand it, but she told me about this whole birds are not real. What is it's a meme, right? That they, yeah. Is that you?
No,
The-
that's
the
100% a Nosferatu taking a shit. Why wouldn't it?
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. So I'm just.
What?
It's something I heard, right, secondhand. There's a lot that goes around, right? It's, I myself I'm not great with. Yeah, you know this. You already called me out, so.
Well, we communication. Yes, he points towards a old time. It looks like a radio from the 40s or 50s, and it looks modified as hell. And he hands you some very homemade handheld radios, and says, "You can call us here with them, and they
Outstanding.
auto change the frequency every day. And just don't throw it away."
Yeah, no. I appreciate this. This is very DIY. It's yeah.
It's just the only way to, I don't know, get a hold of us in here, because we don't have phones. So
Right.
the range is not
appreciate
infinite, though.
He's gonna hold on to this like this this radio, like it's a contraption, right? And Luke is just gonna hold on to it. He's just gonna like, yeah, no, great. This is exactly what I need. Thank you. It's clear you did a lot of work on it. It's an antique. Yeah,
It works.
Nice job. Yeah. It's got the dial thing on it and everything. Yeah, buttons and knobs. Those are good for me.
Are any of you good with technology?
Define good.
It's a solid yes for me. If you have to define it, maybe you're not.
And I was going to complain Giorgio.
Well, if you want to be accepted as a user of things connected to the internet, I can call the Nosferatu Primogen and have him have a look at you. I'm sure you'll get along. He'll probably be just as confused as I am.
Good. Always keeping people guessing. Kind, kindred alike is the way to be.
More the merrier, no?
Oh, right, Ayse, he says. And starts, calling on a landline. So, apparently it's not the only way to contact people. But he picks up and says, they're here. Why I'm not calling the usual way? Because you always block me out. You know that. I prefer it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, 10 minutes. And then he hangs up. Well, she's gonna be here soon, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. So it's a sweet spot you got set up here, right next to the cage of death.
Yeah, I help track the scores on Tuesdays.
Is there a lot of death? I'm just asking.
No, people don't die unless they frenzy. Then they're put down. That's why we don't use disciplines.
Sure, yeah. It can get out of hand, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, we don't want to kill each other. We just want to, have a good show and practice some fighting.
Sure. How many deaths, dismemberments, things like that have you actually had? Are you able to keep that number down to single digits, or?
Oh, I don't fight. But yeah, people lose their limbs, but it's just an arm.
Okay.
We grow things back.
Yeah. Gabe he mentioned that maybe we'd have to do that. I don't know if it's a rite of passage or something like that. No, it's not.
Don't have to fight, really. Man. Don't have to.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Josh. That's a great.
It's just recommended.
That's a great relief.
Because it's good to be handy in a fight, but some of us have other purposes. We have enough gangrels and brujas to fight.
Yeah. No, you know what? It looks like that piano is it's collecting dust up there. So that's more my speed, right? I'm the piano man. That's what I do. It's probably why, it's probably how.
I like jazz.
Jazz is good. Yeah, I mean, instrumental, and you just roll with it. You get into the moment, right? You just lose yourself to the rhythm. Yeah.
Definitely. Just looking at
jazz.
Around.
Didn't strike me as a jazz bar, but I mean.
Oh, it's definitely not a jazz bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're kind of alone in your love of jazz here.
I think they like it. It's just not the thing. Gabriel says anything that doesn't sound like a computer, whatever that means.
Yeah. He wants it. He wants it authentic. Yeah. He doesn't want any of that. What do they call it? Techno.
Oh, he's just old.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah. Holding up well though. Yeah. You too. Looks like you got your fashion from at least
I grew up in the 30s. Kind of stuck with me.
It's fair.
It's looking around at every one of you to kind of, I don't know. How are you guys looking at the moment?
just asking you fast. Oh, and what's your Leo's Janacek impression? to look.
My what impression?
Who was? I also picked one really word. Leos Janacek is basically a musician from Sek, maybe from the last three, and it's one nutcase of a composer, I guess.
Unfortunately, the storyteller is not as cultured.
But other than that, I guess I'm just listening right now. I was for 1 second I came close to Emily. I talked to her. She didn't really reply back, so I went back to my corner, and I am not going to leave that place because I am right now cringing in my corner. I am dying. So yeah, I'm going to shut down. I'm not going to contact anyone else because it's not working. So I'm just going to. I am really embarrassing myself.
What about you, Leo? What's your demeanor right at the moment? You can definitely see he's scanning you, but you don't know how.
As he's scanning me, I'll pull out like 4 other iPhones and be like, the other one broke. Can you fix these?
I can try. But if they're completely fried, I'd just buy a new one, mate.
But I don't have money.
He fills around in some drawers, pulls out I think a very, very early smartphone from around 2014, I don't know.
Pulls out a BlackBerry.
Yeah. The thick Blackberries. Hands it to you. It doesn't have a charger, but I'm sure you'll be able to find one.
I'll do my best. Thank you. And Leo will just walk back over to his bags of clothing and sit down defeated.
What about you, Emery? What's your demeanor like at the moment? Are you just
She is mixed currently. You can see that she is standing in just on her own, I guess, where her arms might be crossed. She might have her legs, one leg hip kicked out. She is simultaneously unamused and unimpressed by everything here because it's exactly what her sire told her maybe to expect. Just to keep your head down, but also not put up with anything. But she's also quite interested, intrigued about this ability to be connected to technology because she was pretty bummed about not having a phone down here and no technology. And she's like, gotta be fucking kidding me. So she's kind of up and down with that, where she's like, it didn't work anyways, but she's definitely been scoping it out to see if she can find any cat cables or lines or like anything. She's trying to scope it out to see like what she can find, and she might have thought about maybe going on a little field trip outside to see where ports might be on the outside of this underground, above ground location. So she's scheming. Hashtag Nosferatu stuff.
the hands? What about you, Dave? You're still standing with your hood up and being a bit
uncomfortable going into the club, more uncomfortable being near the ring, and just trying not to look like he stands out, but just more worried about what other people are worrying about. So just more paying attention to other people than trying to hide or do anything.
Definitely. And Oliver?
Oliver found a seat by the fighting ring, and he's just kind of like hunched over, and he's kind of like, he looks disheveled. I didn't really describe what he looks kind of like the roadie at like a metal concert or something like that, like disheveled after like a long night. And he's wearing like work boots and like cargo pants, and he just looks so like, you get the feeling by looking at him that an introvert has been out in the wild too long and his social tanks are empty, and he just kind of has his head down, holding his head, and he's just sort of like, you can tell he's not happy about everything that's going on. So
I need everyone to do a composure and subterfuge.
All right, on it. Do we apply ingenuity?
No, not for this. This is a.
Perfect.
It's a.
I mean, it's more the focus on whether he's trying to blame something on us or getting dirt on us.
No. This is simply just trying to keep something out.
Okay, there we go.
I can tell the difficulty is 5 for this. So if anyone wants to use willpower, then that is fine.
I think that even if I use it, it will be no use. So yeah, no.
You know what? Why not? Let's just go with it.
I think Dave's going to try.
Oliver is a pretty open book right now emotionally, so he's like,
I feel like it's like even if a person doesn't look like they're plotting, at Nosferatu they're plotting. So
Resting plotting face.
yeah.
Oh, Luke,
I
you
got
got
it.
5?
I got 5.
What about you, Leo? You got 5? Oh, you got 4. All right. Let me just make a little note. Unless you have other things you want to talk with Josh about, time passes about 10, 15 minutes.
No, I got my radio phone. I'm good.
And you were told that Ayse is waiting outside. And she does wait outside in a very large 7-seater car. It's a gray car. Huge, but it should be when it sits that many people. Behind the wheel is a Turkish woman. She is just brown green eyes, looks about her late 20s. She is wearing she has a Bordeaux hijab gently wrapped around her head, and a white dress with very intricate embroideries. And to you guys, she is positively glowing. It's not like it's a light, but there's something about her. And Oliver, she smells sweet to you. Very, very sweet. She smiles to each and every one of you and tells you to hop in. Says, "My name is Ayse. Nice to meet you all."
Pleasure. Is there, and could I use sense to see, just in case she's using some kind of discipline in order to appear, charmier than usual, more charming than usual, as in hour or something like that? Hour.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. It's just a free thing, but there's nothing on her except for a bracelet that you can see has been enchanted beneath the robes. So it's kind of glowing through, but that's the only occult thing she has on her.
Mm-hmm. All right, perfect.
But she is Tremere, so it should be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Will you drive off? Kind of cramped together in this car. It is large, but you're filling up all the remaining 6 seats. And traffic is there, slowing down a bit. It's about 11 in the evening on a Monday, so. And you are in I don't want to say shit part of London, but I want to say a different part of London, the southern part of London, driving into Croydon, where you start to see more people on the street. People with a lot of street rise will probably recognize these people as people who work on the street, selling drugs and various other things. But you eventually arrive, perhaps with a quiet car ride, to a kiosk in Croydon. I'll take you to a different map here, just so you can see your haven. the kiosk looks like it sells all sorts of things, like everything from candy to liquor to fruit and perhaps some I don't know, prepared dinners and yeah, all sorts of random things. Toilet paper. Just seems like the, I don't know, private 7-Eleven really. And as you enter, you see a man stand behind the counter. A Turkish man in his early 40s. He's smiling wide. He's looking very, very friendly and happy, and his arms wide spread as you enter, and just says, "Friends, come. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. How are you doing, Ayse?" And she just says, "Good." These are the people who will be living in my basement, yes?
Your name is? We haven't been introduced. I'm sorry.
I'm Emir.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
I will be your daylight guardian, yes? And help you get in contact with Ayse whenever you need it.
That's fair.
So when you say living in your basement...
Yes, the basement downstairs.
Okay.
There's no windows or sunlight getting down there. I know it's not huge, but it's a place.
Well, that can be solved out.
We're thankful. We're grateful and blessed that you will have us in your basement.
Thank you very much.
If there's anything you need, just say the thing. I'll get it to you. The thing and all.
Is there any good dry cleaners nearby?
Yeah. Down the street. My cousin, very friendly guy.
That's a great question, honestly, because we still probably smell a little bit like sewer right now.
He also does car repair.
No. It's just nice suit, but below the knees is yeah.
Oh, a shower downstairs as well.
Thank you.
Come on, I'll show you. He takes you out back and into the cold storage area, where he removes a blue plastic pallet, which reveals a trapdoor and a small stair that each of you can go down. Downstairs is storage. It's just some crates, some boxes of stock for the store, and there's a door which leads to a small room that has a bathroom. In the room are 2 couches, 2 leather chairs, a coffee table, and a bed, and that's it. The bathroom has a toilet, a shower, and a sink. Nothing fancy, no counters or anything. He just looks around at everything and kind of have his arms at the side like a superhero, and looking around proudly and says, "This is it."
I see. Thank you.
Thank you kindly.
And is Ayse with us, or she's up there?
Yeah, she's walking in I guess the back of you guys.
So, well, I would like to pay attention to the building and on how this place is built. Maybe find the master walls, the main walls that keep this all together. And I would like to actually start thinking to myself how possible, how easy it will be to expand on this and actually build something more, decent and more sturdy in this place. But while I'm thinking about that and looking at it, I would like to ask, how could we repay your kindness?
Just help me out. I might have something for you once in a while, and it's just, we have limited amount of people, and you're the first one to really be here in this domain with me, of course, and I just hope we can make it a better domain, make Croydon a little bit safer, and help each other out.
Sounds simple.
She seems very genuine as she's saying all these things, very human, very alive.
So that's right, I'm taking note of that. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to how to say it? Ah, no, wait, no, that doesn't work like that. Sorry, I am not going to say anything. So, how did you and Emir met, if I may ask?
Well, it's a long story, but he died or was about to, and I unfortunately had to ghoul him to keep him alive, and I mean, we have an understanding. As a fellow Tremere, I'm sure you know the process of ghouling is hard for us, and we don't really do it without, I don't know, great importance. Trust me, I take no enjoyment in ghouling him, and it's not like I want Emir to be my slave or anything. He's simply a friend that I need to keep alive.
I'm going to read it. Okay, so I imagine she sounds genuine, but well, if you allow me, I will be glad to help in that regard.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you want to help, and she looks around the room. I know this is not the ideal place, but I mean, it is a place to just lie down during dawn or the day, perhaps, and hopefully you'll be too busy to even be here.
It works. It's good. Yeah.
And you can trust Emir, and it's also a way for us to communicate. It's better to do through the mortals instead of leading them directly to us.
So, could I use sense unseen on Emir in order to detect if he has any wards or some kind of protection on him?
Yes.
Okay. Resolve per specs, I imagine, no? Or
yeah, you need to do that first.
Okay.
Well, he himself is warded.
Perfect then.
And because you have that specific ritual, you know exactly what it is.
All right, perfect then.
Oh. Luke is just going to start stripping his clothes off and stepping into the shower because he needs to not smell like sewer.
Emery just standing at the sink, and the naked man comes behind, just walking.
Right, he's just like, don't mind me, I just need to feel clean, that's all, you understand. Closes the door, turns on the shower.
Ayse says, well, I'm sure you can all use a good fresh up, and I'll be back later with something to do, but for now, just, I guess, settle in and, I don't know, throw a bag around to each other and say facts about yourself. I don't know. You'll figure it out.
We have a washing machine down here, right? Something to just kind of talk.
No. My cousin down the street. He has a great place. Also does car repair.
Okay. All right.
So he's still downstairs with us, right?
Yeah.
Are there any hot dog vendors locally?
Hot dog? Sure, there's a few around, but they're more kind of efficient chips people, you know?
I'm just looking for any kind of street food. Anybody?
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
Street tacos, kebabs.
Plenty of kebabs. Shawarma all over. There's also so many local cuisines, and I mean, London has everything.
No. I get that London gets everything, but you can't get everything on the street. You know, that's what I'm interested in. I really want, really want that on the street. You know,
I'm
ambiance.
sure you can open a food court, maybe. A bit cold now, he says, and looks out at the January weather.
Understood. Thank you.
Well, Ayse starts to walk upstairs and drives away in the car unless someone stops her. Emir is, he says, I'll be upstairs. Just yell if you need me. You don't really need to yell, he says with a smile, but I'm around.
Thank you very much.
And then you're left to your own devices. A shower running in the background, and 6 people being in very little space.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do since you wanted to, Marie, can you do a intelligence and investigation, or I think for you,
what?
academics, because it's architecture, right?
Yeah, I think academics will be more fitting, since you ask me.
Yeah.
All right, on it. All right, I really hope that's not a failure, because then I am really screwed.
No. 9 with a crit. You easily see that this building down here is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that this wall in the room and how I'm not an architect, but just to have it make sense, but it's definitely bigger, and this wall is not the bearing wall in here.
All right, I will know how to actually expand on this with enough time and all that.
Yeah. It's just, since you're interested in architecture and 7 with a crit, then you can easily gauge that this basement is larger and perhaps closed off. And you can see that the southernmost wall, there's a part of it that's a bit newer than everything else.
Mm-hmm. I think we can actually work with this. So we have. I'm going to look at my wise clock. Yeah, we have all night to actually talk about. Who are you? Anyone want to introduce themselves? I'm Maggie, by the way. Nice to meet you. And I'm going basically circling around the rooms. You're going to see I actually sometimes put my palm on the walls. Something I listen them. I actually take, if there can be a hammer lying around, and I just make small taps and listen to how each part of the wall is heard. I try to actually take a paper and start drawing and stuff, like some kind of plans or manuals, while I'm actually talking with you all.
Well, is anyone introducing themselves?
I'm going to. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Going along with the same mindset that Marie had, would Marie be able to she would also be interested in looking around. Would she be able to check out anything given her background and her specialty with power tools and creating stages and stuff?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably an investigation or awareness role that would be best for you. I would say with investigation, if you're just going around and trying to get a gut feeling and scan everything, because he's doing it academically, I guess, where you're doing it with experience.
Okay. You said say that once more. Wits and awareness,
or investigation. It depends on how we do it. 3.
3 successes.
We don't get as much information about the building itself, but you definitely find that patch of wall that seems a bit newer than everything else. It's down here.
Thank you.
Well, Dave will happily say hello to you, Marie. He's more interested in, seems to be sprinkling things by the stairs coming down. Salt and poppy seeds for tonight. What brought you to London?
I think the same that everyone else, no? Coming back and be living an adventure. Yes, of course.
It just seems sus, all of us all coming back at once. A little bit convenient.
I mean, I imagine it's more, easy for them to actually transport people in groups, that one by one. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Either it's destiny or you have some kind of plan.
Do you know any of the others?
Not really. Well, I'm going to tap the wall. Yeah, that's really cheap concrete. But they look fine.
Oh,
I mean,
you look trustworthy.
Depends. So far, so everyone that has actually listened to what the clan I am just starts scowling. But I mean, have I backstabbed you yet?
No. I don't see any issue with it.
I would like to think I am, man. I mean, we need to be trusting each other, at least a little. I am not going to share dice sleep with someone I don't trust to, a minimal.
Well, they put us in an incredibly small space, all 6 of us.
Exactly, even more reason to actually trust you.
I don't think we have much choice. If someone wants to breathe out, someone's got to breathe in.
Yeah, I just want to actually, rise and have your food in my mouth. So please just be mindful of that.
I'll try not to, especially not after going into the sewer.
Thank you. Yeah, that would be appreciated. Not like we can actually catch a cold, but But other than that, I know everyone seems nice. I have been trying to talk to the other girl, but she kind of ignores me. So, do you think I did something to her?
No, I didn't see her ignore you. She seems to be, I don't know, preoccupied.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. She seems nice. And the big guy.
She's got a nice way with pigeons. I don't like pigeons.
As long as they don't stand my work table, I'm fine with them. Mostly. We'll have to make some ruling on that, now that I think about it.
Actually reminds you of you're back in London. Everywhere else, you see a few, but they're everywhere here. Quite nice. It's reassuring, comforting. Always trust someone who likes pigeons. That's what I say.
That's what they're saying. And what does bring you here then?
Well, been everywhere else, and I got asked to come back. So rude to ignore an invitation, even if you were hijacked on a train, dragged through a sewer, dragged through a fight club, and then dumped into a small box underground.
Oh no, you can call it a crap hole, I understand.
Happens.
But I think we can actually work with this. I mean, the materials are cheap, the place is small, but I think we could actually work something out, especially with big guy over there.
He seems quite quiet.
Well, better for us.
Yeah, you never know what people are thinking.
Can you repeat, sorry?
You never know what people are thinking when they're quiet. Always makes me nervous.
Yeah, you can never know what people are thinking when they are too chatting either. Some people talk faster than they can think. I don't believe in that people.
I think Dave's going to continue busying himself, just sprinkling little bits around as he sort of explores the area.
Perfect.
From upstairs, you hear Emir who's starting to yell at something. Just get out, get out, get out. No, you flying rat with wings, get out. And you hear him start to run towards the trapdoor to shut it, but there's still a pigeon flying down that lands on Emery's shoulder. It has a bit of there's a little note in his talons. It's just kind of picking at your hair a bit and trying to find something in your inner pockets, maybe. Emir is running down the steps and very winded as you come down. Sorry, I just flew in. I don't know.
I'm going to whisper to Dave. What did I tell you?
Imagine Emery is just sitting, she's in the bathroom still, and she would probably just move it from left to right, like on her shoulder, and maybe put her hair in front of it and look to the side. Not really hiding it or concealing it, but there's nothing to see here. She would also take the little bit of the note and put that into her pocket, just as you do, you know.
Yeah, Oliver.
I mean, when did you do that? Because I imagine you it's in the map, or like it's in this room. I would like to ask, but it was someone else. But you know,
It's a nice thing. Oliver, you have, well, I want to say, almost no relationship with your clan, and are pretty foreign to the plains of Oblivion. But it's still something that's in you, and you do feel a larger presence in this city that you have felt before in any one spot. And as you're contemplating this, it's actually enough to make your beast speak. Oliver, we need to go see the rest of them. They'll know where to get our food.
And he like winces when he hears the voice. And you see him kind of like lurch over here a little bit to like the corner and kind of just like stare at the wall for a second. And he's just feeling that pull from the Oblivion. And he sort of just like, without saying anything, just sort of kind of like, he tries to force it off and then knows he can't, and then he sort of just kind of like turns back around and look at the group without trying to draw their attention, to like looking at them and just listening to them talk and having their own conversations.
Oh.
And then he just sort of...
Emir is smiling at you very warmly and just says, "Oh, you're a quiet guy, yes?"
I speak when I have to. When it's important.
Well, you look like you have strong arms. Do you know your way around cars?
A little bit. Not too much.
Too bad. Emir is just looking at you guys. He's smiling, being warm. Almost like he's forgotten that no one else is at the counter upstairs.
I think Emery would be interested. Emir's still there. Again.
Yeah.
So this building that we're in, is it a standalone building? Or is it like one that's like a series of shops like next to one another upstairs?
Where the basement is located, like if you were above, this would be the next building. So there's no space in between them.
So it's like a series of shops in the same building?
Yeah,
Just like you would...
and apartment complexes and things like that. It's just a mix of different kinds of buildings in different kinds of sizes and stories. Above the shop, there's nothing above here, but it's just like one plane, and then it goes into a 2-story building, and then the next one could be 3 or 2, or it's just random here.
It's like row homes, like next to each other, right? Like adjacent to each other.
It's basically like very rich lords would have these as private homes at some point, and then they just got turned into apartments and shops.
So it's
and
like
things
mixed
that.
use.
Yeah.
So it's like commercial and residential in the same building.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Emir says it's not a big place, but we get some income, and of course, it's for you as well. I've been told to just help you in your domain as you expand and do whatever you want. There's not
At this
a lot
point,
Sorry?
At this point, Luke is going to get out of the shower, and he's basically stuffed like the bottom parts of his pants, and he's scrubbing his shoes and everything in the sink, and basically, you know, like trying to like get all the sewer off of that. You know, he yells out, he's like, "We're going to need a washing machine, like in house here. I don't want to have to walk down the street to like." I mean, I imagine it's not going to be the last time we get into some kind of dirty place, and you know, I've got standards. So, Emir, whatever you need to do, I can see what I can do about ordering in a washing machine or something. We got to get that hooked up, if you don't mind. You know, just moving in. That's all. Cleanliness, sanitation. You got a pigeon flying around here somewhere. You know, it's just. I mean, standards, right? I like this place. It's nice and cozy and all. He's just yelling all of this outside of the bathroom. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, you want a clean place. I do too. You know, just keeping the clothes washed is just part of maintaining appearances. That's all. Thanks.
Well, I can find you some black trash bags and take them to my cousin and have it washed if you want to.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. Okay.
It's much cheaper than having one yourself. He has these industrial-sized ones. It's very easy.
Sure, yeah, okay. Sure.
You need new clothing in there? I might have something in your size.
That's awesome, Leo. Thank you. Thank you. I already love you, man. It's just, yeah, if you've got something I could wear, that would be fantastic. I mean, I'm making do with these, but yeah, a nice, fresh, clean set of clothes would be great. I didn't anticipate that we were going to be walking into the sewer tonight, so that was my fault, honestly.
Sounds like a bad time, yes.
Yeah, it was. It was really not great. Yeah, it's not something I want to do again anytime soon. And he's gonna he's gonna open up the door just enough to be like lean out and peer out to see Leo and. Like, yeah, whatever you got. It's mostly just kind of the trousers I need, like, you know.
Emir is reminded that nobody is upstairs, and he runs upstairs again.
The shoes I got taken care of. I scrubbed those with the toothbrush that was in here, so.
Leo is just gonna go through all of the bags of clothing, find something that looks to be about Luke's size.
Yeah. He's just gonna catch it, yeah.
And like go into the bathroom and like pin it onto him.
Yeah.
And then pull out like a tiny little like needle and thread and like sew it on so it fits better.
Yeah. Fantastic. You're good at this. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
And it's like the most clashing fabric to the black you were wearing. Like probably like fully pink pants.
Hot pink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like neon pink. Yeah. No, I think this will work. Yeah. It's not usually my style, but it fits great. Thank you.
It's dry.
It's dry, and what's more important is it's clean. So yeah.
True.
You understand. We have an understanding. Yeah. Can't be walking around smelling like shit. That's not great. So.
If the shower's free.
The shower is free. Yeah.
we can. Dave will. Well.
I see Dave here has standards too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone in wearing his clothes. He's only rinsing below the knees and the shoes. I'm sorry, Leo. It's a suit. Unless you've got suit trousers in there.
I can get working on some. Just pulls out fabric.
Oh, you are a lifesaver. Thank you.
You hear a car park outside. You hear the brakes, really. And a door shut. It's kind of muffled down here, but at least I think Oliver, you can hear it clearly. And then footsteps from formal shoes. The clacking of the heels.
I wanted to shower as well.
And then Emir, he says something, talks with a guy who has a very, well, I want to say, booming voice. He talks very much like this. Very loud, very enunciated, and very long-winded words. But yeah, they talk. You can't hear the words. But footsteps coming down, and you see a guy. He looks about mid-20s. He's wearing a red suit, and he looks like someone who just got his degree at a very, very prestigious academy somewhere in the world. He has that kind of elite vibe about him. I'm just sending a picture in Discord. Yeah, red suit, red tie, white shirt, long brown hair. He has a very chiseled face. He's extremely handsome and just looks like he was the captain of the football team, the lacrosse team, the swim team, and all the teams. And chess club at the same time. But he walks down, doesn't enter the room from the hall where the door is open. He just says, "Hello, friends, I am here. I am your herald, the voice of the prince. My name is Damien Hawcroft, pleased to meet you," and he will shake anyone's hand who will allow him.
Emery would extend a hand. Although she hasn't taken a shower yet, she gives 0 fucks. She'll extend a hand.
Well,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
the only thing you get from that, in that manner, is he looks a bit at people's feet for a moment, but is quickly looking in your guys' eyes as he has made the observation. Yes, it's very good to have new kindred coming to London and joining our fantastic community and garden.
Be careful, you may shoot yourself while she's coming close because, you know.
Oh, it's fine. It's just a bit of water, shall we say. He's just smiling, trying to be polite and ignored.
What brings the herald here? For places?
Well, you're near, and I need your names. And inform the prince that you are here and where you're staying. No worries, we won't show up unannounced, as per agreement with the Baron.
Emery Sky.
So I would like
She'll
to...
roll her eyes as she gives it to her. Pleasure to meet you.
He's writing it down in a book.
So, may I ask if me as my could have any social, political clue as to whether or not this person has any right or place to actually be here, taking into account this is another territory, he's hailed from the prince, and asking from, this could be from all this alliance thing, or he could also...
No, well, Gabriel told you guys that the herald would be stopping by at some point to take the names.
It was this guy, perfect,
yeah.
Thank you, sorry. Then, maybe for Babin.
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you.
And you as well, Miss Sky.
So, as a player, and with my character, is there an opportunity here to stealth hard enough to not be noticed by Mr. Harold?
We can do it a post roll.
Okay.
They would like to be involved with this as well.
We're going to help each other hide here.
Dave is very much, if no one's paying attention, trying to
That's
stick to the shadows.
That's right.
If it helps, one of you is in hot pink and the other one is currently being measured.
Exactly right. I'm sure the hot
Then
pink
he's
is
doing it
hoping-
very badly.
Yeah. So okay, why not? Let's just kick this off with a post roll. I'm here for that.
Oh lord.
And we're going to add in the cloak of shadows here. And you know what? I'm going to surge as well, because why not? I'm wearing hot pink. You know, it's surge time. So
Your goal is to not be noticed, correct?
to not be noticed.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. He's heard the booming voice. This guy's making no attempt to hide his presence in terms of knowing he's there. He's very loud. I'm sure Lucas heard what he's asking about, so he's informed, and he is doing his very best to make himself as invisible as possible. Unfortunately, he has lots of experience with this, so he's going to do this, and I'm going to add a +4 there. That is a 7 critical. That's right. That's right. Even with hot pants, he is invisible.
Well, I assume as soon as you heard the car, you somehow managed to make yourself scarce before he
That's
even came
right.
down the stairs.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
What about you,
Let's-
Dave?
let's Dave show you how to do this wrong.
Rouse, no hunger. Well, 4 is also good enough. The difficulty was 3. Leo, you can't seem to find Dave and measure him. He's
Oh no,
gone
no. It's-
all of a sudden.
if he was measuring, the hood just goes up, and
Okay, yeah.
we'll let the flamboyant people talk with him.
Yeah.
Leo will walk over and just go, "I'm Michael," and shake his hand, and then like holding fabric and like a needle in between his teeth.
Michael. That's not a name Gabriel gave me. Is he misinformed?
I don't know, he might be.
I think this is a manipulation or composure and subterfuge from the Herald here.
I'm gonna rouse for this. How many dice does that add again?
For or 2, yeah.
He said subterfuge.
Yeah, either manipulation or composure.
And then the rousing gives
2 extra.
lovely.
Fortunately, the Herald is not the most perceptive guy in the world. Nope, he is not.
Well done, Michael.
Yeah, well done, Michael. 0 successes from the Herald.
I don't know him.
At least not a Masquerade or a failure. Michael, I know we all change names sometimes, but do you have a last name, sir?
You can just call me Michael, that works.
Fair enough, I'll note down Michael. And you, sir, brooding gentleman over there, mountain of a man, do you have a name? He's looking at you, Oliver.
Name's Lusk. Oliver Lusk.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. And where did Master Hoodie go? I think you can't see Dave because Leo is standing in front and talking over his shoulder. You're supposed to be 6 people.
I'll also activate Silence of Death.
I would like, play excuses like, oh, really? I don't know what they want. And basically, like, I mean, it's true, but I want to seem genuine on it. Like, I have no idea. Sorry. They were here fairly recently. I guess they, had some kind of comeuppance.
I understand that as anarchs you might be hesitant, but I'm not here to punish anyone. I'm simply here to do a head count and be on my way.
I mean, the blonde lady did send us through some shadows, so
Blood.
Someone might be gone. Yeah, lady, blonde hair.
Oh. That one. Well. I guess I'll have to come back then. Another night, gentlemen. Ladies.
I think Emery will speak up at this point. Do you mean Chip? And then she'll like put her shoulder over. This one's with us at all times.
I wouldn't put it past Gabriel to include it, but no, I'm thinking kindred here.
Do you have a list? Maybe we can check off who's missing.
Well, there's supposed to be 2 more of you, but I'm sure they'll be back another time. Otherwise, I'll just have to figure out where they are. But good evening, everyone, and it was a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. And he walks up again and steps inside a car. Unless no one stops him. Or someone stops him. I just imagine Luke falling down from the ceiling. The shadows in the ceiling.
Exactly. That was a close one.
Whatever.
What the hell? She did.
You can't hear the move of the fabric or anything. There's completely quiet around Dave at the moment for some reason. Like you have to yell to actually make a sound. And just
Great for measuring.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with Bolton for the last name or something like that, you know. But so yeah, that was good. Yeah, really smooth. Yeah, and I'm so glad he's gone now.
I was going to say, why wasn't he interested in your friends, Emery?
I think he was. He just didn't want to let it on too soon.
Yeah, seems the type.
Why were you up there?
What? No, I've not been anywhere. Leo's just been sorting out the trousers.
At this point, I've like fully fashioned like a dark brown set of like proper dress pants.
If there's anything I can do in return, just say. I'm ever so grateful. I only have the one suit. I don't have anything else.
Okay,
This is such a convenience, isn't it? Like, you know,
Leo, can you
in-house
just
tailor.
give me a craft roll? Just to see how good these pants are.
What do I add to it?
I don't know. Are you doing it by training? Are you doing it by like what is it, wits or intelligence? I assume.
Training, I
You
guess.
could probably sew with composure as well,
I have a specialty.
or dex.
So many choices.
Yeah.
Which one
Describe
has
how
the
you're
most
doing
dice?
this for us. Yeah, how exactly does he tailor and sew?
Just my hand, real fast.
Yeah.
Zzz, celerity sewing, becoming
That's
the
right.
sewing machine.
As a reminder,
I-
because I haven't done this in forever, specialty adds 1 dice.
Yes.
Lovely.
Look, I don't want to ask what the hell. Why did you do that?
2 successes
Yes, 2 successes.
and a reroll failure.
It's a rush job.
They
You know, that's all.
They fit, and you can't see the stitches. It's not your best work, but it's.
They look amazing. Thank you. Otherwise, I'd be waiting just in a coat for my dry cleaning. So thank you.
My other pens are going to be burned. Don't worry about it.
I'm not really sure what was your plan, but do what you have done. But do what you have to do. And
we have about 10 minutes left, so I would like to hear what people would like to spend their downtime on between now and the next session. And yeah, Marita, let's just start with you. This is let's say within the span of an hour.
yeah, all right. 1 hour. All right, perfect. Well, guess that after a fast shower, I think I'm just going to start crafting some occult accessories for my hustle job.
Yes.
Because I can't really start building out of nowhere with just 1 hour, because I need to get in contact with people. So I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to craft some accessories for my systems.
Yeah. Emery?
So within like the next hour,
Yeah.
I think she would definitely check in with each person, maybe see if anyone's from London proper, see if they have any connections there, who they are. She would be interested in that. And she'd probably want to get a phone. She'd want to get a phone. She's got all of her tools, junk in the trunk, but she definitely wants like some electronics. Maybe she'd get like a booster for down here. I don't imagine the Wi-Fi's great. But she's also interested.
Do you want to just steal a phone? Because you can do that in an hour.
I could try that. Yeah. Try to steal a phone.
Yeah, do a dex larceny, or I guess composure larceny could also work.
You said dex or composure and larceny, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a pickpocket. 2 is plenty. You managed to swipe a phone from someone walking past the store, perhaps, so... and to get in touch with some people. I can tell you that your car has arrived and is safely parked somewhere else, but waiting for you. And does anyone answer about being from London or having ties to London?
I studied here. That's what I share.
I'm from London, if that helps. I was here, moved away a few years, well, a little while ago, but no, I've got friends here and there.
Likewise. Anyone else?
Lived there for a couple of years. That's it.
Oliver just shakes his head no.
Brand new to me.
Dave, how do you want to spend your hour?
Well, I'm going to probably try and see if Emery would be so kind if she can send the pigeon to send a small note to a friend. If you're able to ask him to go to particular places, there's a statue just outside St. Paul's. If you could just drop something small there. The rest of the time would be popping out to a few local bars, a few more lower end bars, leaving a few notes in a few places, just letting some people know that I'm back. And sitting down and resting, relaxing.
Yes, sounds good. Leo, what's your hour entails?
Attempting to open all of my separate phones, finding out they're all broken. Almost shedding a tear about it. Then, with remembering the measurements I took of Dave and Luke's upper bodies as well, I'll try to fashion them shirts to match what I made for their pants.
Being all hot pink
Sombra in hot pink. Yeah.
First the Nos, now the Sombra. Let's go.
Just like...
I have a manifest, I swear.
What about you, Luke? Apart from being a spider monkey on the ceiling, then now you have new pants.
First of all, it was a relief for him to not be noticed, because that's just kind of how he rolls. He is going to take his antique radio phone. That's what I understand it to be.
I just want to interject here. If you want a phone so you can call your assistant, Emir has one upstairs.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to set the antique aside. He'll figure that out later. He likes it. He does. He's like, it might even work for him, depending on how antique it is. But he's going to head up to Emir and go like, I really need to make a call. Do you have something I could do that with? It's not great for me, but you know,
Well,
I
he,
just need to make a call.
he hands your phone,
Yeah.
and I have forgotten what you need to roll, so let me just look that up.
No problem. It's going to be my most difficult roll of the entire session.
It might be just one die. It's not the highest difficulty to use a phone, but anything more complex. Let's see here, Bane.
So it's like a -2 to technology, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just let's do a wits and technology -2.
Fantastic. We're going to surge because this phone call needs to be made. So,
Yeah.
and that's a success. So once again, his beast sleeps very contentedly, and so here we go.
I don't think we have had any hunger gains. Oh, there's a hunger gain from Leo. Yeah, and yeah, okay.
First
we do
one,
have,
first
yeah.
one.
And that's 2 successes.
That's more than enough to use
Yeah.
the phone. You can even install Windows with that roll.
Fantastic. All right.
There's of course a bit of static, but
Yeah.
Names. Alicia. She picks
Alicia,
up
yeah.
and says, "Hello, sir. When you actually say your voice, she can clearly hear you. Hello, sir. I've just landed."
Yeah, Alicia, it's great. We're under, well, he's going to think of like code for this. He says, you know, there's a lot of security, and I need you to order some clothes for me. We had a bit of an incident involving some messy places. We got messy, and so that would be great. I would say the terror level is probably about a 4, you know, and you know, just keep it, you know, subtle. It's the most awkward thing ever, and so you just, you know.
I'll see what I can do, sir.
He's not familiar with like all the jargon and everything, so he's just like, you know, I mean, he's trying to communicate these, like, you know.
Well, she's your ghoul, so she understands.
Yeah, no,
you
she's
and
all
can-
over it. She knows exactly what she's doing, but and she's used to his awkwardness, and so yeah, she's like, yeah, okay, I got you. And he gives her the address of the store and says, you know, nice guy on the counter, and you know, just.
I'll work as fast as I can, but I'm not sure how many stores are open now. But I'll see what I can
It's
do.
fine. It's good. I'm good for tonight. I've got myself. A friend helped me out. Like new duds, you know, it's all good. Very nice color, and you know, so we're good here. It's okay if it takes a day or two. You know, I mean, next day delivery is good. You know, I'm sure they have stores.
I'll be sure to at least be there when you wake, sir.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'll see you then. I hope you had a good flight.
I did, I think.
Yeah.
She's a bit dry when and that kind of personality.
Yeah.
She's a bit the opposite from you because she has
Yeah.
the whole thing under control.
Yeah. She's good. She's handles all the public facing stuff. It's good to hear from you, Alicia. I'll be going. This is a bit of a strain for me, as you know. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to hear the line break.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Oliver.
And he's
Sorry.
no. He's just going to go ahead and make himself comfortable on a box or something. I don't.
Oliver, you have an hour to spend
Oliver would first and foremost go into his bag and he would check to see if his pager is still working. You can always look for a new one, but he's trying to see if the pager that connects him to a certain someone is still operational.
Not at the moment, but looking at it, it doesn't look completely fried. Apparently it's made of sturdier stuff than smartphones.
And he looks at it, kind of takes like the batteries that fiddles with it, and puts the batteries back in. He's just kind of like playing with it, trying to see if he can get it working. And then he sort of satisfied after that. He just kind of goes into his rucksack and takes out a new pair of clothes, and just sort of like just puts his old clothes together, and they probably don't smell the best, so he's just kind of set those to the side, and now he's just wearing sort of like just normal casual clothes. And he'll just kind of sit back and listen to everybody, listen to their conversations.
Can you do a craft and technology? I know you can't do that role specifically, but at least something that's equivalent to it, to see if you can get the pager working. You are pretty good in craft, so just find a stat that's similar to your technology if you do have it.
Oh, like one that in the place of technology? So could it be...
Oh, I guess it's just a clean craft role for you. Because
So,
you have
you
zero dots in technology.
Yeah, should it be any trait that goes along with it, or no? Just craft?
Yeah, just craft.
Okay. Oh, well, let me... How do I just roll... Do I just roll like 4 dice or something, or...
Do a, I don't know, craft and charisma and do a -1 die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good question. Do you allow assists?
Come again?
Do you allow assists if someone's proficient in something
I
for
do.
me to roll ahead of time to give them 1 die per 3 successes?
It's just, I usually just do 1 extra die if you're helping out a teammate.
Oh,
It's,
all right, that's rolling.
Yeah, so...
Because
yeah.
I think that if Emery saw you like trying to fiddle with it, knowing that hers is like Bork, she just went and stole some, but she would be willing to help you, and so you could add another dice.
Yeah.
So she would try to impart some information on what she knows about pagers.
So that's a craft and charisma, I guess.
I wanted to ask the same because so when assisting, so it's like we both roll and we add dice and we take the higher one, or it's just modified assist and basically we just give dice to the person rolling.
It's just the person rolling 1 extra die. And you have to be proficient in whatever you're trying to help with.
Can I help as well then? It makes sense to me, especially when it seems like it makes sense to me. I have both technology and crafting.
In this case, it doesn't work because it's with knowledge. Let's say you're trying to lift something heavy together, then it would work. But like 2 people trying to explain something to you, that's not necessarily helping.
Okay.
In this particular instance, because Oliver doesn't trust everybody yet, and for reasons I can't get into about this particular pager, his back is like turned to everybody, and he's kind of like almost golluming it. Like he doesn't want anybody else to see it, and just trying to fix it and failing, I assume, with only 2 successes.
Well, you managed to fix it. It just needs some new batteries now. But the parts where the wires have melted off, you managed to kind of tie them together and set an extra screw or some glue or some shit down that makes it work. You definitely need a new one. It's not gonna hold forever, but it works for now.
Maybe I can find like a 2018 Radio Shack or something here in the
definitely the gaffer tape solution you have done right now.
And he'll go upstairs to Emir, and he just walks up and he wouldn't happen to have any batteries, will you?
Yeah, over there. Just take some. It's fine.
And he goes over and takes some AAA batteries or something and puts them in. And then he checks to see if there's any messages from a certain someone.
Only one saying I have arrived.
And then he kind of looks relieved, and then he just nods at Emir, goes back downstairs, and then you two will find a box to sit on and sort of like just take stock of everything and just listen to everybody talk.